USDJPY.
Hi, Warriors. Coach at TradeGATEHub.com, sponsored by TradeView. Well, the first part of the doubleheader today was a benign number. It is help accelerate targets, markets moving towards targets. You guys know last week I was saying being a buyer between 108.5 and 108 in euro. Couple opportunities. You have nice gains now. We're only about 130 pips away from my weekly 200-day that I've been talking about for quite some time as a target 112. Could be there in short order. And the panic low under par, we're only about 60 pips away. Not sure about how far beneath par it'll go. I'm figuring at least, 99.5 to 98. We'll see. Yen continues to drop. Really a very impulsive move, and you can't just chase it now here. So I was talking about this 138 breakout level, and we got pretty close to it. So there will be a bounce, whether it happens from here or from down here. There will be a bounce to sell into in the yen. I talked about with the dollar weakening, we should have a very responsive precious metal market, which is manifesting before our eyes. Gold breaking out of a little head and shoulders formation. Had to hold a 1920. Now we're cutting through some moving averages. I was talking 1970, 1980, maybe 2000, and talked about silver leading the way, which it's doing in a big way. I've been talking about that we could see $25 silver on this run in the dollar. We could be there in short order. Something new that I do want to talk about is in the S&Ps making new recovery highs here. So, we're trying to blow out some of the divergences on the smaller time frames, but you can't ignore the daily is a 3-drive formation setting up. Doesn't give you the top, but it's a second high with an RSI reading under 70. NASDAQ just made a new high, and look at the glaring divergence that we have here. So this is not a time, in my view, to have FOMO on the long side of stocks, but on a 3-drive formation, you still need a red candle, depending upon the time frame. If you want to use a daily, or at the minimum, some type of 4-hour candle, which is right here. As you can see, we're trying to blow out the divergence, but if, say, for example, we have at least a red candle here sometime today, perhaps this follows through until tomorrow. But look, NASDAQ barely eked out a new high. The old high was here at 283. And we're at 301, we're 20 points above it. So NASDAQ still bringing up the rear. The divergence on it is glaring on the daily, not even close, right? And there's a very good chance that with this rally, even though Apple's going to come in a buck 30 higher, now it looks like $1.50. I'm not sure. I don't believe we're going to trade 197. So keep an eye on a couple of the horsemen. That would be Apple, and that would be Microsoft, and maybe even NVIDIA. We get a 3rd drive. So just watching some of those. Let me see if I could pull them up for you. Here's NVIDIA. So on a day like this, we should be able, it's called about 6 better. It's going to open at 430. The high is 439, so it's still going to have to do some more work on NVIDIA. And let's take a look at Microsoft. Still well off its highs. Called about $4 better, 336, but still well under this 350 high. Looks like it's forming a right shoulder. So those are my views for day 1 of our inflation news extravaganza. Dollar heading towards targets is the takeaway. My preferred short is going to be in the Aussie. Yesterday I talked about maybe a rally towards 67.80, and we're doing that right now. So I'm going to let today go and see what happens tomorrow, because we're not quite there on the DXY. But the longs you have nice profits on. If you were long euro from last week, book something. And just because we get to 112 doesn't mean it's an automatic short. It's not the price, but how it gets there. But we are achieving the narrative, the scenario, the calls that have been made over the last couple of weeks, and nice to see them becoming reality. And I think it's a little late to be getting bearish a dollar down here, even though there might be some left on the table. But definitely keep an eye on this third drive to a top. If we get a top in equities, I think that's going to coincide with some type of bottom in the dollar as well. So when the dollar's bad, you could be long the world. And I think that we're in the 8th inning of the dollar being bad, 7th at the best. So good luck, trade safe, use less leverage, use wider stops so your trades could breathe. And Mike and I will be with you guys tomorrow, as well as I have Ofer Gottlieb with me tomorrow for a special guest. So plenty of action left in the week. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you in the room.